Very good evening, all. Good evening. Welcome to this parenting Q&A session. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Veena BK. I'm a parenting coach, life coach, and a healer. So every day, I'm taking questions from you, and I'm coming live and answering those questions and giving my suggestions and tips in this live session. So thank you all for joining. Let me share the questions one by one. I'll just repeat the question, whatever you parents have asked, and then I'll suggest few solutions and guidance for you. Let me share the screen. Let us see the questions, what they are. Yes. So hope you are able to see the screen. I'm sharing the questions. So coming to this first question, and today's day 4, by the way, let me tell you about the format of this program. Today's day 4, and every day I'll be live with you till 10 p.m. and I'll answer your questions. And please keep on adding your questions. The link has been given in the chat box and it is also in your groups. Please send your questions through that Google form so that every day I can take up your questions and answer them in these live sessions. Today is day 4. Another 2 days I'll be meeting you on day 5 and day 6. Same time, 9:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. India time, I'll be meeting you. I'll be answering your questions. So coming to the first question for today, how to inculcate discipline in children? Why do children enjoy and think that cleaning the mess is not their responsibility? This seems like two different questions to me. One is self-discipline, so that they are taking care of their own routine and they are responsible for the things they have to do. So in that sense, I'll answer this question. And coming to the second part, why do children enjoy and think that cleaning the mess is not their responsibility? That is, they play, they make a mess, but cleaning is not their part of the duty. They assume so. Generally, there are exceptions everywhere. There are exceptions. So coming to the discipline. So mostly children see others and follow, right? So they see the parent, they watch the grandparents if you are living together. And generally, by nature, some kids are self-disciplined, some kids are not. So each child is different, each child is special, each family circumstance is different. Sometimes the children are so pampered, so much pampered by the grandparents that they do not want to obey the instruction or the request of the parents, even if the parents request or even impose certain responsibilities and duties and discipline, the children are not ready to listen. That also happens. Okay. So what parents can do in this matter about the discipline? Start small. I tell all the parents, overnight changes will not happen. You have to have patience. You have to discuss with the child. At least below 8 years old children will just listen to you when you tell them something new or try to set their routine. They'll listen to you. But 8 years and above, they want to have a say in whatever you ask them to do. So beforehand, sit with the child, discuss with the child. Can you do this? Can you do that? One trick I want to share with you here. Give them two options. Ask them, will you wake up at 6 a.m. or 6:30 a.m.? Normally, the child who is waking up at 7 or later, if you give two options and drastically, suddenly the child may not wake up at 5:30 a.m. suddenly. So just advance it to half an hour earlier. So give them two options. One of the option the child will pick. So above 8 years, lot of discussion is required and the child has to agree for the new routine what you want to set. So once you bring in some routine in the child's life, everybody is clear on what is expected of the child. Otherwise, there will be confusion and neither the child knows nor the parent knows what is expected. And at the right time, if you ask something, the child may deny or refuse to comply. So please discuss with the child and let there be clarity whether the child follows or not. Suddenly changes will not happen. But do set a routine, try reminding again and again and again. See, this is your routine. Come back, do this, do that. So just try to bring them back to the routine, whatever you have set beforehand, and do it in small steps. Like I said, if your aim like about waking up, the discipline, your expectation is the kid has to wake up at 5:30, for example, and presently kid is waking up at 7:30. So drastic changes do not bring in suddenly the child will not agree. So just advance it by half an hour for a week, and that way you can increase it once the child starts listening. Also for the discipline, it is more about listening to the parent. So start building the listening habit in the child. How to do this? There are some tasks where children do not resist. They just do when you say. There are some things, at least one or two things, very small requests of yours, which the child will not resist. Normally, the child does it for you. Beta sar dukh raha hai, thoda, bring the balm and apply it. They may do it. I don't know your home circumstance. Some children are cooperating in certain matters. So just analyze what are those circumstances and get the child to do that repeatedly, so that the child learns the listening habit. Once this becomes a habit, increase your demand little by little by little. If you want to know more in detail, I'll talk to you in my 7 days Zen parenting course about this listening habit and the discipline. Then why do children enjoy and think that cleaning the mess is not their responsibility? It depends on the age of the children. Generally, small children are very playful. After play, they are too tired to keep anything back. And you say the children enjoy making a mess, but cleaning is not my responsibility. They are very clear. The children are very clear. So in such cases, 2, 3, 4 tips I can give you. Like, you can try out. So 1 or 2 days, tell them, come, I'll clean with you. Come on, let us keep it away. I'll help you. If the job is too difficult for you, I am there to help. Let us do it together. So gradually make them independent. If this does not work, then you have to tell them, either play with a limited number of toys, because I cannot clean up after you. If it is about the toys, so you can tell them, you need to clean up yourself. I cannot clean up your mess. When you have played, or when you have, for example, played with colors, then their hands are dirty, their clothes are dirty. So take their cooperation, otherwise limit. From next time, you will not get the colors if you are making this mess. You have to impose the rule. Make the rule first and impose the rule. Otherwise, how will the child learn? Every time the child is learning, I make mess, mom or dad cleans up. So they have taken it for granted. You have to change this pattern. I call this as pattern interrupt. Again, in my 7 days, I'll be telling you more about it in my 7 days Zen parenting program, if you are interested. So the solution for this is, you do not let the child play with certain toys where they are scattering it here and there and not bother to keep it away. You do not entertain. Or whatever is scattered, whatever is left out. Just today, one of our friend was sharing in our Zen Moms Club, and she said, take away the toys, and then children do not get back. If they are not keeping it in their place, they do not get them. So gradually inculcate this habit by some enforcing some discipline and some routine. The children have to improve over a period of time. It will not happen in not even 1 week. Give it 3 months time to change the total nature and the attitude of the child. Whatever indiscipline has been built, whatever attitude has developed over certain years, you have to give them time. At least 3 months you give them, and gradually change them with lot of patience. Lot of patience is required. I know it's so difficult to handle the kids and keeping them indoors, sibling fights, then online classes. I know, but I am with you. I'll support you. Just implement little by little by little. Gradually, things will be fine. Coming to the next question. Bharti, thank you for joining. Welcome. Coming to the next question. If I raise my voice, my children raise double the volume. I then ought to shut completely. Okay. How to cope with such situation? Yes, sometimes mothers, fathers need to control their children by raising their voice. Otherwise, you feel they don't listen to my soft voice. Here, even raising the voice is not working. In my free webinar, tomorrow it is happening, by the way, no more yelling. This is what I tell you. Yelling works up to a certain point. Yelling or shouting or raising the voice works for some time, and up to a certain point. After that, kids stop listening to you. They don't care how much ever you yell. That is what is happening here. If I raise my voice, they just don't care. They raise their voice. So how are you going to make them listen to you if this is not working? So you have to reverse this attitude by becoming their friend now in a friendly way. In fact, I've made a YouTube video where I suggest, okay, start singing to them, start whispering to them, talk to them in an authoritative tone, not the shouting tone. Never go to that tone. So you have to break the pattern again, like I was answering the earlier question. Same thing has to be done here. You have to break the pattern because your shouting pattern is not working. Do something different. Make them your friend. If possible, one parent can be friendly, other can be the authority, and you have to balance. One parent can tell in a nice way, otherwise mommy will get angry. Why don't you do it on time? This is the way you have to tackle the kids. One parent can just tell the kids, so why to make mommy unhappy? For example, if dad is talking, or mom can say, better, before dad shouts, why don't you do it? So this way you have to take their friendship and get the things done. So this is not working, you are shouting, so please don't shout. Stop it immediately, and tell them in a low, gentle voice. And when they raise their volume, you just keep quiet. And later, when they calm down, you have to give your instructions. Otherwise, anyway, they are not listening. Okay. Anuradha, thank you for joining. Thank you. Coming to the next question, please type your question. I put the link in the chat box. If you have any question, you can just post there so that I'll take up. If possible, it may not be possible today. Tomorrow I can take up. So how to teach discipline to kids? Child is 3.6-year-old. Okay. Child is still a child. What kind of discipline? It may be about, again, like one other question was there, the children are creating a mess. I still feel it's okay, not too much to rely on discipline. Let the child enjoy his or her childhood. This is pandemic time. They are not having a normal childhood, and human interaction is limited. So I don't advise any over discipline. Just try to set a routine as much as possible. With smaller kids, this child is 3.6 years old, more of a explorative, curious kind of age. Lot of curiosity will be there, lot of questions will be coming, and kid wants to explore by touching, by spilling, by, they don't understand this is oil, this is atta, and if I touch and spill, it will be a mess. They don't understand. Everything is play for them. So let them play, just supervise them. And play way method, you can teach them many things, tell them stories, tell them how to be disciplined through stories. Wake up on time and brush as soon as you wake up, eat breakfast with everyone. This routine has to be set, and every time remind them, because they'll not normally not be serious about anything. Everything is play for them. You have to bring them back to the routine by reminding them. Otherwise, most of their time, let them be playful, let them enjoy, be a child with them. Give them 2-3 hours where you are also playing with them. Just don't bother about, like, somewhere in one actually one article, they just consulted me for Architectural Digest, like how the house should be constructed to make it child friendly. So there, I think one suggestion I gave, leave one corner for the child, let him or her, make a mess there, do anything they want. It may be your balcony also. Make sure it's covered balcony so that children should be careful. And I had one mom telling me, my kid throws all the toys from the top, maybe first floor or second floor, he throws it down. So he just takes it. It's fun for him. I think he was a 4-year-old child, almost same age. He just took the toys and everything, whatever he gets, he'll just throw it down. What to do? So everything is play for those kids. So you have to tell them sometimes, yeah, you have to discipline them gently, but gentle discipline. Once you set a routine, make it known to the child. Subah utna hai, brush karna hai, all that you say. Otherwise, if you don't have breakfast on time, mom and dad will get late to attend to their other work. So explain to them everything as if they are adults. One more important advice I give all the moms, whatever your kids age, I'm not just answering this question, I'm just taking it in a very general way. Whoever is here live, thank you for joining live, by the way. And also, whoever watches the recording, they'll get some overall broader view. Whatever the age of your children, we think children are children. We think abhi chota hai or abhi choti hai. They have to listen to us. But I tell moms, add 5 years to their age. Whatever the age of these children, for example, this 3.6 is equal to 8-year-old, according to me, 8.6-year-old, because they are so mature, these kids. They ask us numerous questions. They know everything. Last week, my friend was telling me his son is, I think, 16 months old. Okay, 16 months old, and the child can take a mobile and click on the YouTube icon. They just see adults. It's all fun and play for them. So maybe some older person will not know what to do if they are not familiar with technology, but young children know so much. They know, they are very intuitive, and they pick up things watching the parents, watching others. So please add 5 years age, 5 years to the age, and talk to them like an adult. This will make them feel important. Why is the kid not listening to you? Why is the kid feeling like not listening to you? Because he doesn't feel that connect. When you're a very friendly person, you may be a mom, you may be a dad, but when friendship and understanding is established, they tend to listen to you. If you just tell them because I'm the mom, I'm the dad, they should listen to me, it will not work most of the times. Whether it is teenager, whether it is this small kid, or even 8-year-old, 10-year-old, is a very tricky period in life. I mean, in the child's life also, for the parents also. Neither they are small children nor they are grown up to understand whatever you say. That is also a tricky period. So once you start treating them as adults, as responsible people, I believe in you, I trust in you, I know you will do it. These are the words you should use with kids when you discipline, rather than telling why are you not doing, don't do that, don't do this. In fact, we have a book called Parent Tales. 20 moms have contributed 20 stories. One of the moms has beautifully told, don't use don't, no, never use that. Always tell the child what to do, how to behave. Use all the positive qualities in a positive way. We normally tell, don't touch that, don't sit here. These are the sentences we use. We can say sit there, go and sit there. Instead of telling them don't sit here, show them the right place where they should sit or how they should sit. Don't do that, no. Instead of that, why don't you do that? Instead of directly telling no, you can give them the option what they can do. This is a general advice. So as far as discipline, yeah, it's a very huge subject, age wise and family situation wise. Gradually you have to become the child's friend. In my 7 days course, rebuild trust and friendship is the first and foremost point. Rebuild family bonding. All this base has to be created, then children will start listening to you. Okay. So Sangeeta, thank you for joining this session. Coming to the next question. Give me a second, please. 3.5-year-old, I feel my child doesn't like when I touch her belongings like her books or blanket. I think yesterday I spoke about it. Yeah, they are possessive. It is common, but it's a phase. I want to reassure this mom. It's a phase. She'll get over it. She's trying to, practice that possessiveness, that this belongs to me. From somewhere, this child has now learned I can own certain things. I can call it my own. This is my toy. This is my book. This child has learned that recently and she is exercising. She is trying to understand the concept by actually practicing it. Children are all learning life skills. For us, talking is so common, interacting is common, writing is common, how we behave is, we are all set. But children, they are, they are in the making. They are learning each and every behavior. This child who is possessive is learning about how to own things. So she is becoming very possessive, protective. So let me assure, yeah, it's a phase. Some children become over possessive and want their own things to themselves. One of my relatives' child is there. If it's a birthday cake, she wants the whole birthday cake. She doesn't want to share. Then if it's a chocolate, for example, dairy milk chocolate, no one should open the packet. She herself should open it and she should eat the whole chocolate. No one should touch even one piece. Somehow this child has developed that. But let me assure you, this is a phase. This will go away. Not to worry. Okay. Dr. Monali, welcome. Thank you for joining. Coming to the next question, it's the same child. About the same child, mom says, when I touch her hair to shampoo or comb, guide me for this, doesn't like it, guide me same for what to be done. This child is becoming too individualistic and independent. That's what I guess from the mother's question. 3-4 questions this mom has asked. This 3.5-year-old, from suddenly somewhere this child started feeling I am on my own, I want to be independent. Somewhere she got the thought and she's practicing. That's it. Not to worry. Okay, allow her to be independent. Okay, can you shampoo and teach her to shampoo her hair, to close her eyes when she's shampooing, tell her all the precautions and guide her to become independent. No problem if she can do it. I don't think she can move. If required, you cut her hair short so that she can manage herself. It's a phase, it will go away. Anyway, it will go away. It's like instead of any negative tantrum, this child is trying to impose her opinion, what she thinks right, she wants to do. It's just a simple thing, nothing to worry as such. It will go away. It's a passing phase. So coming to the last question, my twins are almost 7 years old. All of you who have joined here, you can click on the link in the chat box and post your questions, please. My twins are almost 7 years old. They have started understanding what is happening in the family. To 7-year-old twins and how their mother is treated by whom. Okay. Mother is not treated well in the family. That's what is happening. I think so. They have developed a disliking for all those things and have started saying things on family members' faces, even if that is their father. What should I do? I want them to understand that saying things completely and loudly on the face is not good, as they are still dependent on their father. Or maybe I'm wrong in my thinking, please tell. Very difficult situation for the mom. She's not being, that's what I get from this question. She is not being respected and not being treated well by the family members and by her own husband, and children are noticing this. We can't hide everything from the children. Incidentally, tomorrow I'm having a live interaction. We have a Zen Moms Club, a club of moms. It's a fee based club, not free, but there we have every week live meetings. I'm taking the same topic, how relationship conflicts have an influence on the children and what to do about it. 1 hour session we'll be having. But today, in brief, I want to suggest to this mom, tell them what is happening. Don't hide. 7-year-old are equal to 12-year-old. Remember, just now I told add 5 years to their age. Treat them like adults. So tell them for some reason, I don't, maybe the grandparents are staying with you. For some reason, Dada Dadi is not okay with what I did. So they wanted to point out my mistake or whatever. Obviously, the mother says she is not being treated well by family and even her own husband. So she can explain to the children, for some reason, dad or granny or grandpa is not happy with the way things are happening, and they are trying to point it out to me. But it's okay. You never fight or quarrel in front of the children as far as possible. Sometimes you don't want to quarrel, your spouse is not in good mood or is with high temper and some argument starts, you can't even help it. So physically leave the room if possible. I really sympathize with you. I would like to, if possible, I don't know whether your husband will cooperate. I can talk to him and help in some way possible, not to worry. It's a difficult situation. So be transparent with the children. That is one solution. Tell them, okay, some differences are there. Acknowledge, do not try to hide. I don't want you to hide so that the children don't get confused and maybe the other party is telling them something behind your back. We don't know that also. So just accept it. Yeah, some people are not happy with me for some reason. It's okay. So first and foremost, you have to tell that. And like I just now told, do not exaggerate the quarrels or arguments. Just downplay it. Whenever it happens, please try to, from your side, whatever possible, please downplay and reassure the kids, so everything will be fine, not to worry. Sometimes kids hold themselves responsible for any conflict happening between family members. They think because of us it is happening. Somehow they link, like it is not actually about the children, but still children feel so. So you have to reassure them, it's okay, beta, no problem, everything will be fine. Just reassure them, and any particular clarity you want to talk it out with the family members too when the children are not there. You say it's 7-year-old twins, it's very difficult nowadays. School, they don't have school, maybe they're always with you. So try maybe late night when they're asleep, you can just have a talk. Okay, whatever problems you have, let us sort it out. Tell me when the kids are not there, at least that request. You can request, they are still small, they don't understand anything. Please tell me if any problem is there, any difference of opinion, let us talk it out and sort it out, but not in front of the kids. You can request. That's the best thing you can do now. Okay, in detail I'll talk to you. Please ping me so that we can have a talk. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong because it's happening in front of the kids. Your thinking is right. It should not affect the kids, is your thinking. And I completely and totally agree with what you say. Kids are watching every day and they're telling on the face, yeah, about this. They're telling loudly on the face. So this, yeah, you need to advise them. You need not tell them anything. I'll sort it out. They are, it's about you, the mom. They are not treating you well. Some problem between you and them. So you tell them, I'll answer them. I'll take care. You please do not talk about that. Kids should remain kids. You go play, do your studies. No problem. I'll manage. I'm capable. Show them you are capable. Do not cry in front of them. Do not show that you are weak. So tell them, no problem, beta, I'll handle. They may be feeling overprotective about the mother. It's natural, na? Kids feel, why should someone scold my mother? Why should someone disrespect my mother? This is the feeling they have, and that they'll be so confused what is happening here. So just reassure them, don't worry, I'll protect myself, I'll defend myself. You can tell your kids, very difficult situation. So I understand. So yeah, that way you can reassure the kids. So these are the questions for today. I'll see if any other questions have come. Yes, please, you can ask your questions in the chat also. Okay. My 10 plus son doesn't follow any routine and doesn't want to listen to me. And I really get irritated. At last, I end up crying as I have 4-year-old son. He also learning what he is doing. I just want him to follow the daily routine so that I don't have to be after him. Okay, 10 plus son. So now just leave out the 4-year-old son for now. We'll talk about the 10-year-old son. Doesn't follow any routine. So maybe he is not studying on time, he is not getting ready for school on time, he doesn't come on time for breakfast, it is causing a disruption in the whole routine. So just sit and talk with him. Express your problem. Sangeeta, this will work. You see, 10 years is quite old enough to understand what is happening, and this child is being smaller, you have to attend to the younger child also. So just express your problems as if you are telling a friend. How can you help me? Ask him. Don't, you can't tell him you have to wake up on time, why don't you come for breakfast? Already you have been doing that, that's not helping. So just sit with him. Beta, this is happening every day. Do not blame. By the way, do not blame. This is one more tip I give, even within couples or between dad and son or mom and son. The way you have to tell him is without any complaint, without any blame. I am having this problem. Always say, I am feeling anxious, I am feeling lot of tension, stress, because I am not able to cope up with my routine because your routine gets delayed. Do not blame the child. Instead, just express how frustrated you are feeling, how overburdened you are feeling because of non-following of routine. So that way you can point out without blaming and discuss with him, what can we do? Let us take this as a project. So come on, suggest me solutions. What can you do? Okay, you don't want to wake up at 7 a.m. For example, you want him to wake up at 7 a.m. Okay, what time do you want to wake up? So he'll say 8 a.m., 10 a.m., whatever. Then, okay, if you wake up at that time, how will you get ready for school? Just ask, keep on asking questions. The answers will come from him. Somewhere his brain will realize, yeah, this is not working. Then you have to sit and really talk to him and then sort it out. Then the answers has to come from the kid. From the 10-year-old kid, he should understand internally. Mom is facing this problem because of my non-compliance of my routine. This the kid has to understand. Try 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, by 7 days, seventh day, let him understand it's okay. Keep on trying, Sangeeta. Keep on, do not nag, do not blame, do not complain, do not even accuse him that because you are not following, I'm having a problem. Just tell him this is happening. Ye ho raha hai ghar mein. What can we do? Don't ask him what can you do. Ask him what can we do. This is a project, efficiency project in the house. How to improve our routine? One person's routine is linked to other person's routine in the home. So how we can all contribute so some discipline so that everyone are having a convenient routine, convenient schedule. So that is the way you have to sit and talk to your 10-year-old kid. Once this 10-year-old kid shows some improvement, that 4-year-old will automatically follow. Children do end up following elder brothers, elder sisters. They are seeing them as role models. So that will happen. Okay. About lying twins of 10.5 years old. Okay. Monali, I'll definitely take up this question tomorrow. I'll save your question. Okay. I hope you put it in that form also. I'll tomorrow anyway, 9:30 I'll come live. So at that time we will talk. Okay. Today I have another meeting now. And thank you for joining live. Okay, about lying 10.5 years old, I'll definitely answer tomorrow. Please do add your question in the Google form given in the link. Thank you all for joining live. Thank you, Bharti, Anuradha, Sangeeta, and Monali. I'll share the recording also. Thank you so much. Good night. Bye. Good night.